Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. We need to heal the world. I know that you know that things are not the way they should be, but you just can't put your finger on it. You just can't seem to find the right words to describe what's going on, but somehow something doesn't feel right, doesn't it? Especially for you people out there who were born in the 80s, maybe even the 90s. You can very well tell that things are not going the right way. There's something wrong in the world. And I mean, got the sky, alright, blue sky. It's the way people are behaving, the way society is, the people's principles, people's sense of value of things. Everyone is on their phone, on social media, just looking at comments and video after video after video of few seconds videos, just nonsense, just pure distraction, you know what I mean? Nothing of value. And then it becomes a kind of a habit, and then you don't know how to get out of that habit, and to comfort yourself you get more into the habit, and then it keeps going and going, and it becomes a vicious cycle. And then you feel depressed, and then you feel lonely, and then you feel like something is wrong and you don't want to live anymore, but you don't know why. You can't really find out why. And to make yourself feel better, you get more into the habit. You get more into toxic relationships. You get more into harmful foods. Look at this kitty cat over here. See this kitty cat right there? That kitty cat. He just hunted himself a pigeon. He's just having fun, tearing it up. See that? See that right there? That's life. That's life. Well, that's life for a cat. For a human being, there's an equivalence for life, and it is not the way we are living. You see, instead of getting away from the system, further from the system, getting closer to nature, we are moving deeper into the system and further away from the system. I am here, my content, my videos are here to help you put your hand and put your finger on what is really going on the issues that you can't find any words for, what you can't really express. That's why I make these contents, to raise awareness within each and every one of us, to see things clearly and to come to a more clearer realization about what is going on and in what direction we should be moving. So you see, there's a lot to say. There's a lot to say. There's a whole lot to say. I don't even know where to start. But we're going to do this together, aren't we? We're going to do this together. And we're going to talk about it, because we have to talk about it. However we start the dialogue, however we start the conversation. And a lot of us have already started the conversation. Some people, like Andrew Tate, started talking about the Matrix, the Rastafari movement, which I proudly have been a part of most of my life, has been talking about it ever since the 1930s, even before that, but mostly after the 1930s. about Babylon, about the system. And now we see, I'm so surprised to see people like Candace Owens and many others speaking in the same language about Babylon. You know, these biblical terms, they have a lot of meaning in our today's world. You can take it literally or you can take it symbolically. It doesn't matter. The system that drives us away from God, or if you don't like that word, that's fine. I don't have an issue with you if you don't like God or don't deal with God. You can call it the divine, you can call it the universe, you can call it whatever you want. It's the same nature. It is the source of life. You can find the source of life through Jesus. You can find the source of life through Rastafari. You can find the source of life through Allah. You can find the source of life through Buddha, through Shiva, through Krishna, through so many others. But it all takes you back to the source of life. You can find it in nature, which is very direct. Very direct. You know? You can find it in spirituality, which is also very much linked to nature. All these things are linked together, actually. And we need this. We need to talk about this, and we need to know what's going on. See this beautiful sun right here? Oh my God, look at this beautiful sun. You cannot see the sun, of course, but the sunshine on my face, you can feel it here. Can't really see it here because it's really shining bright. There it is. Yeah, let's let people pass. I don't want to bump into people while I'm making this video. So let's sit somewhere and continue this discussion for a little bit more. Yeah. So, what is really going on? First of all, there's a whole lot of distraction, like we said. To know what is really going on, we got to stop distracting ourselves. So first and foremost, even if you're watching this video on your phone, use this as a means to limit your time on your phone. Go outside in nature. Make videos. You know? Talk about stuff. Talk about real stuff. Talk about life. Talk about nature. And talk about the human condition. Discover the human condition and what's going on with it. Get closer to God. Get closer to the divine. Get closer to the Creator. You know? Modify your food habits. Get yourself healthier. Exercise more. Don't sleep too late. Drink more water. Get away from sugar. Get away from white flour. Get away from white salt. Listen to more conscious music. Watch more conscious movies. A lot of today's shows are unconscious content. And they all seem very similar, if you've noticed. Very similar stuff. Hollywood is giving off very similar vibes in every movie they make. So all of this is not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. They know what they're doing. The so-called philanthropists and Davos and BlackRock and all these people, they know what they're doing. And they're not doing it directly. They're not fighting us directly. You see, they're putting it out in music. They're influencing the music industry, they're influencing the movie industry, they're influencing the news, the mainstream news. They're influencing everything, even religion, even science itself. See, I grew up very scientific, in a scientific family, where science was the most important thing. And then little by little, I started realizing that, wait a minute, the science that I used to know when I was a kid is no longer the science of today. Today, science is more like a religion. It's like dictates. Because real science allows for a discussion. Real science, real medicine allows for a discussion, for research, for asking questions. They don't shut you down when you ask questions. They don't shut you down when you disagree. They explain things. They listen to you. They use logic. That's no longer the case. Now it is, we are the science. You listen to us or else. Is this really science? So, COVID era may be past, but the attitude that came with the COVID era is still here, even though it's very subtle. During the COVID era, it was very intense, very visible, very tangible. Now they've noticed that we noticed what they're doing. So now they're doing it very subtly. Gotta be careful. You see, the world is going in a very bad direction. You know, the human being is a very smart living creature. We don't only use our mental or intellectual intelligence. We can sense it. We can sense that something is wrong. Is this a world where you want to raise your kids? Are these the schools where you want to raise your kids, to send your kids to? Of course not. Unless you are completely unconscious, like certain people are. But hopefully by listening to these talks and these words, it will make them think again, make them become aware. Yeah, is this really a world where I want my kids to grow? You know, with all this, it's not even feminism anymore. It's pedophilia and homosexuality and transgender and everything all over the place, and Zionism and all these things, and how dare you say anything against any of them? I thought the West was about democracy. What happened to that? You see, so things are going in a very bad direction, and we got to do something about it before it's too late. We're reaching 2025 pretty soon. The middle of the 10-year era, which they want to accomplish and make drastic changes in the world, starting 2030. They've been talking about 2030 for a very long time. The projects that they want to make for 2030. Now it's 2020, almost 2025. Gotta be vigilant. Gotta strengthen your mind. Gotta get off the drugs. You gotta get off the alcohol. You gotta stop acting like a fool. Gotta stop going to nightclubs and acting like a fool. Look for healthy relationships. Look for love. Look for romance. Look for a lifelong partner. Get your health straight. Get your mind straight. Get your heart straight. Educate yourself. Keep your mind open. Don't act like a fool. You know? Be smart. Look far into the future while preparing yourself in the present. Strengthen yourself in any way possible. And always be speaking or encouraging dialogues. Encourage consciousness. It is very important. This might be the last few years for humanity to make a change, because maybe after that there won't be any more chances. This is our time. This is our time. My name is Omar Shekley, and I thank you very much, and I approve of this video, of this message. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please check out my other videos, and I surely will be around to talk more about this stuff. Please don't hesitate to keep a comment. Ask me any question you like. Ask me anything about any other topic. Maybe you want to hear me talk about something that's of interest to you. And don't forget to check out my other videos, and if you like my content, do think about subscribing. Thank you very much.